Good day, fine people. A very warm welcome to you. My name is Nick. We're on the Atari 2600, and we're going to have a look again at Donkey Kong, published by Coleco in 1982. It's based on the arcade machine from Nintendo in 1981, and it's the game to first appear Mario down the bottom there, but he was first known as Jumpman. He got his name as Mario a bit later on. Now, he has to go up these construction works to rescue that damsel in distress who's been kidnapped by the Kong Beast thing, or Donkey Kong. It's a very early platformer. Now here we go, jumping along the bottom. We need to go up these ladders. We can't go up all of them, of course, because some of them are incomplete, and we have to avoid all these barrels as we go up. So it's one of the all-time classics here. The arcade game had 4 levels of different construction sites. I believe this Atari 2600 version has only got 2 levels, so we can see we can at least get off level 1. But I've got great sounds on this one. If you had it back in the day, you'll be getting some super nostalgia. There's a hammer there I can collect. You can chomp the barrels like that. Now the hammer only appears for a certain amount of time. I don't think you can go up the ladders and have the hammer at the same time. As you can see, the Kong Beast on the top left, or Donkey Kong, is doing a little dance. Okay, so this is before they all got into karting and racing each other like crazy. So 1982, people, so you know, extremely early. The lives are represented in the top right, so you can see I've got 2 left. It'll go down by 1, there we go, so 1 left. This is 8-bit technology, folks, very early computing. I hope you're enjoying this look back. The channel's all about having a bit of fun, kicking back, easing stress, and what better way to do it than games of this sort of like caliber. You would have to say a kid getting into gaming now would know what the fuss was about on this one, but you know, it's early, it's prehistoric, baby, and I'm getting a really warm feeling playing this one. Really well realised, and as I say, was the star of Mario. He's changed a bit over the years, hasn't he there? 8-bit Mario. Oops, that was clucky to get over that barrel. Right, so we're almost there. Let's go up there. Whoa, that was good. I thought we was going to muck that up. There we go. So on to stage 2. It's a separate construction work here. I wish there was 4 stages in this, but there isn't. Now the idea on this is we have to go over all these bolts, I think, and then to topple the Donkey Kong at the top and rescue the damsel again, because he always needs rescuing. Now I haven't gone over all the bolts here, so I think that would have caused me some big problems. If you had this one back in the day, then let me know. It would have been on a cartridge for the Atari 2600. I think it's well worth tracking down if you still own a functional machine. If you have emulation, well, there we go. I don't know what these things going backward and forward are. Are they supposed to be monkeys as well? Maybe little monkeys or lamps? I don't know. I suppose it make more sense than monkeys. And I've used up all my lives. Well done, Jumpman, who's later to become Mario. What a good invention that was. So 2 classic characters here making their debut, Donkey Kong and Mario. Let's try and see if we can do this again. Right, off you go. Good stuff. So last week we revisited Enduro. I've covered a few of these on the channel, but quite some time ago, and I was using a web-based thing to review those ones, so I'm not sure the games would run it 100% as they should have done. So I'm having a look over the main ones I looked at. We might have a look at Hero as well, and then we'll continue on, maybe time permitting, to have a look at the other ones. It depends if you watch them. It depends if you like them or not, or get some buzz. If no one's watching them or liking them, well, we won't. There we go. I'll be dependent on you, really. Diddly-dee. Good. There's a few versions of this on the ZX Spectrum. I think one was called Kong, I think, but they didn't blatantly use Mario. They used a Stickman instead. Whoops, come on, we can do it. It's all about the timing here. Diddly-dee. Right. It's all about the sounds, isn't it? It takes you back to another era back in the day. Early 80s, that's quite some time ago. Right, so let's walk over all the bolts this time, or at least try to. That's 1. Haven't got the one on the right-hand side. Never mind, maybe we don't have to do all of them. Just get up the top, Nick. That might work. We've got the Hammer of Doom. Right, take a hammer in, you. Right, he takes a hammer in. Yeah, can't go up the ladder when you're carrying the hammer at the same time. Delete it. Yeah, I think we run out of time or something or other. There we go. Right, let's if we can complete the game. So it's woefully short, this game. That's one thing I can say about it. So as a kid, you probably would have completed it on day 1, I would have thought. 2 stages apart from 4. So this would be, in the arcade, this would have been the last stage, I guess. That damsel, she keeps getting kidnapped. I don't think it's Princess Peaches at this point. I don't know what her name is. If you know her name, then comment below. Hurrah! Right, okay. Yeah, it's good to get lost in this bit of a nostalgic buzz. Oh dear, that thing moved across. So I'm making the game look a lot more difficult than it really is. But I think a lot of kids would have completed this quite quickly. But because of the addictiveness of the gameplay, although basic as it is, I think even now adults who were kids back then will go back to this there. Hasn't aged particularly well, but if you're alive in the era, you'd appreciate this one and can still play it today. Good stuff. Donkey Kong, one of the big ones. Boing. Diddly-dee. I don't know what's in these barrels. I don't know why Donkey Kong was kidnapping this damsel in distress. But anyway, Mario, I don't think he was into plumbing at this point. He hadn't heard about plumbing. Diddly-dee. Off we go. So I think I've got level 1. Pegged. Just level 2. I need to increase my skills there. Right. Okay, we can do it this time. I'm sure we can do it this time. Yeah, I'm just trying to get up the top, really. I'm not working over all the bolts, and I think that might be my comeuppance. I've sort of like got the timings here. Oh, what? I hit that by the merest of pixels. What's that Donkey Kong's beef anyway? In Manic Miner, there was a level called Willy Meets the Kong Beast, and you had an option of making the 8 fall right down. I think you can do that in the arcade version, but I don't think this happens in this one. It's an 8-bit system like the Spectrum, but it uses 8-bit slightly differently. Right, diddly-dee-dee-dee. Right, okay, this will be, I'll do it this time. This is my last life left. You can undo the bolts by jumping over them as well, but you must go over them. Oh no! Right, as I told you the last time, this won't happen again. This is it. This is the run where we complete the game, right? Go, 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 go. Go, Hugo. Oh, go, go. Right. Go, Mario, go. Or Jumpman, as he was known then. But he's still in red, hasn't he? Got his red hat on. Goes a bit brown as he goes up there. Right. I never played Donkey Kong in the arcades, I'd have to say. Nintendo 1981. This version on the Atari 2600, or Atari VCS if you will, Coleco 1982. Right, this is the only difficult bit of this thing. Right, getting up that ladder and timing with the barrels coming down. They can go down random ladders. Well, that's going to be close. He's got away with that. Right, so that's level 1 done again. Right, so off this other construction work, let's see if we can do it this time round and complete the game. Right, so go over all the bolts, maybe. Diddly-dee. Boing, over that monkey. I think they are supposed to be monkeys, aren't they, these yellow things? But they're going across on skateboards. What are they monkeys or are they something else completely? Yeah, I haven't gone down the bolts in the lower levels. They're supposed to open up completely to make the construction site unstable. But maybe I don't need to do it. Because we're almost on the top level now. Almost on the top level. We've got 2 lives left. We're zipping through like a superstar. Right, up that ladder we rescue her, won't we? Oh, it's not allowing me to go up. Perhaps you can only go up a certain ladder. Right. Yeah, I think that's it. I think because I haven't done the walked over all the bolts on every level, as you can see on the top right one there, that's completely open. Because the other ones aren't open, it's not allowing me to go up the top there. So, you know, you can't cheat. You've got to do it what the game says. Oh, man. Diddly-dee-dee-dee. Right, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, kaboom. Right. Come on, Nick. You can do this thing. 1 bolt done. Over him. Right, that's all the bottom bolts done. So the bottom section is done. You see? You see those 2 open bits we walked over? That's bit's done. That's bit done. Yeah. So I was making it look a lot more difficult by trying to take the quick route up. But there is only 1 thing to jump over on each stage. So I think you'll be getting this quite easily after a while. Okay, so we just need the top stage, and hopefully the system lets us go up to the top to rescue old damsel in distress woman who's not moving very much. I think it might be a dummy to lure us up to the top. Right, 1 left to go. Don't muck this up. 2 left. Oh, there we go. So it ended automatically, and it's placed us back to stage 1 again, which I presume it gets a bit more difficult. So in theory, we've completed the game. Didn't look like going up to the ladder at the top of the second stage or last stage was a part of it. So there we go, and that's pretty much the whole game. Good stuff. You know, it is, as I said before, it is pretty basic, as a lot of the games back at this point were. But it's from an era I absolutely love. I often say I love the ZX Spectrum games of the early 80s. And this is, well, this Atari 2600 predates the ZX Spectrum, really, in a lot of ways. This game was in 1982 with the ZX Spectrum. 48K at least was just getting going, the system I owned. But I did have a friend that owned the Atari 2600, and I did appreciate for what it was. Deleted it. It's going round again now. I'm playing this for super fun. Right, so we know what to do. Over the bolts. Looks like the monkeys are going a little bit quicker this time round to make it a little bit trickier for me. Deleted it. So how many times can you go round, really? What was your record if you owned this back in the day? Did you go round this over and over again all day for hours and hours? He gets the hammer. Oh, that seems to have ended the end of the go for some reason. I think maybe I didn't chop it enough. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. A really good game, a classic game there. Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600. Good retro sounds and playability is pretty cool as well. So on the Atari 2600, published by Coleco in 1982. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.